Right. Brilliant.
I'm Lorraine, I'm 30 years old and I'm from Dublin. Before I tell you my story of when I was discriminated against, I want to give you a bit of my background. To give you a bit of my background, I have to start from the beginning. From the age of 14, I started taking drugs because of a trauma in my life. As the years went on, it led to harder drugs. I always had a supportive family, even though I felt I had let them down. I always felt I wasn't worthy of anything in life. 5 years ago, I hit rock bottom and decided to change my life around. I went into a recovery home and turned my life around for the better. I had one or two slips, so I went on to a methadone clinic to make sure I stayed on track, and I never looked back since. Then I met a guy down at a Christian event down the country. He soon became my husband, and he accepted me for my past. I never had anybody love me the way that he does. I fell pregnant with a little girl, Heidi. But what was supposed to be the happiest time of my life was in fact a nightmare. I'll never forget the day, just hours after giving birth, when a social worker came to me bed and introduced herself. I grabbed my daughter up off the bed and held her so tight to my chest, because unfortunately when we hear the word social worker, we automatically think they're coming to take our children away from us. I wanted to run out the door with me baby, but because of my past and being on a methadone clinic, which I thought was the right thing to do, she wanted to make sure me home was safe and suitable for me child. She called out to me mother's home, where I was living at the time, and saying that it was more than okay, and she closed the case. But I just want to ask you this. Do you think that was the right way to go with a new mother just hours after giving birth? I'll never forget it. I had nightmares for weeks that my child was being taken off me. Even in the hospital, I felt I was treated different because I was on methadone. I would watch the nurses chatting and joking with the other mothers, and I was left in the corner. They would go over and help the mothers with their babies, even take them for an hour so the mothers could rest, while I was left to figure everything out by myself. A new mother, remind you. We got pregnant on my second daughter, Daisy May, and I swore I'd never let that happen again. She's now 6 months old, and my daughter Heidi is 2.5. Today we've recently got our own house for me babies. You see, even though I was discriminated against and judged for me past, I never let that stop me bettering me future. But I'll never stop fighting. I'll never stop fighting for my kids' future. I hope my children are never discriminated against the way I was. The lack of equal opportunities must end so that my children don't suffer the hardships in life that I did, or anyone's children at that. I will continue to lay down these footsteps so my children can follow in them, because the next generation, I believe, are the ones that's going to change this country. So support them in whatever it is that they want to do in life, because it's their dreams and it's their future, not ours. But never stop fighting for it. Thank you.